Hi there, this is Thomasz Lechociński for Touch Plus. In this tutorial, I will show you how to model mythical creature generally about their total style. This will be my version of Hern, the forest god from Celtic legends. In my vision, he is a hybrid of man and deer. This will give you opportunity to model human body and deer antlers and legs. You can use techniques from this tutorial to make other cool humanoid characters for games and just for pure fun. You will start modeling this character in Modo using subdivision surfaces and multi-resolution sculpting. You will create UV map divided to Mari UD patches, then you will export him for painting in Mari, and finally you will rig him with Pose tool for still render back in Modo. You will use many different Modo tools to achieve these great sculpting results. As you can see, you will model some simple cloth for our character. You will also give him some magic jewelry and life stick made from sacred oak wood. Before we begin, you need to download a few things. Download reference images and backdrop images for this tutorial. Go to your Foundry account and make sure that you have latest model content installed. You will have human body models and body parts that you will need to complete this tutorial. Also, in this content you will find mapcap shader that you will use in sculpting stage. Download and install GreatKit Ethereal UV Tools by Cristobal Villa. Go to the Foundry forums, Modo, SDK and plugin development, and find Ethereal UV Tools. You have link on the screen. We're going to start with a new fresh scene. Go to the item list. Press F6 to bring up the present browser. Go to the Luxology Meshes Human. As you can see, we've got plenty of body parts to choose from. And we will take this base sculpt male, but with the fingers. So base sculpt male will be our mesh. Click on it, right click on it, and choose load. And we got in the scene. As you can see, we got an eye that we will use later on, and we've got teeth with the cams that we will use anyway. But that we have base mesh, and we need to scale this human down. Yes, select this mesh and delete it. Select mesh again. And activate Dimensions tool. You can find it in the View Dimensions tool. And as you can see, this human is way too big. He's 8 meters tall and 6 meters wide. And we need to scale him down. But we will scale him based upon backdrop images that we have created. So now we need to go to Add Item, an item list, and backdrop item. As you can see, we got one backdrop empty. And in its properties, go to Image, click Add Clip, Load Image, and find this image on this. Let's go to that. Or Images. Okay. And load Hern front. And we got PNG in place. Go to the front view. As you can see, I have made this character dimensions to 3 meters high. And we need this image to be 3 meters high and 148 meters wide. So we will be scaling this image based upon geometry. So the easiest way to do it is to bring this image a little bit up with the Move tool, W on the keyboard, and press N to make new mesh, and activate Cube tool, and give it dimensions as shown on the screen. So make this 3 meters for 1 meter on 3 meters on Y, and 50 centimeters on it, and press apply. And we've got this cube on the base. So activate Move tool, bring it up. Go to the View options, go to Wireframe. Turn off visibility of base sculpt nail, and then press out of it. And we've got warning. Tick use uniform size, and press out of it. But this snaps into origin, and we need to select mesh item and then press out of it. And as you can see, our backdrop item is now perfect in place. So now delete this mesh. We don't need it anymore. And rename this backdrop item. As you can see, it's copied scale values also on the z-axis, and change it, rename it to Hern front. Okay, and go to the add another backdrop item. Add clip, load image, and back. We need to move it up. Go to the backdrop properties, and as you can see, we now can copy scale values and position values from first backdrop item. So I select this, copy, and select this and copy, and go to backdrop item, and then when there is an equal sign, when you paste one value on the scale of x, it will be propagated to other scale values. So now we've got perfect. And we need to do one thing, use uniform size. Yep, and it's not. Okay. As you can see, everything is in place. We need to change this name to Hern. Back, and we need to add another backdrop item. Here's uniform size. Go to image, add clip, load image, and we need to go to right. As you can see, we need to paste the same values as before. And press enter. And now activate Move tool, move it up. And to be perfectly safe, copy Y position from backdrop item and see if it fits. So now I will rename it to Hern right, okay, and change its projection type to right. And the image will be visible in the right view, and we want to flip it, that he was looking on the left side. So press flip, okay, and now we change view to back, and select Hern back, go to backdrop properties, and projection type, choose back. Now you can see the back of our character. Now select her front, backdrop, and see if it's in front. Yes, okay. Now, to make your life easier in Modo, you can lock selections to not accidentally select any item on the canvas. So select everything, adjust them on the right, and with a right mouse click using lasso selection, select all backdrop items and press J to lock them. And as you can see, now you cannot select item in 3D viewport, and it is what we wanted. Now it will be much more easier to model things and not have this backdrop item selecting all the time. Okay, everything is in place. There is one thing we need to do. We need to group our backdrop items, select them, and press G to group them. Call it backdrop, back. And we can turn on and off with one single click. And last thing we need to do with them is to select them, all of 3 of them, and change their transparency to 2%. This way, the image is transparent, little dim, and will not stain in a way when we will be modeling our character. Select by scope male, and change its name to Hern. And it's way too big. Change its name to Hern. Go to the polygon mode. Don't scale item in my item mode, so go to polygon mode, activate scale tool, set the action center to origin, and now scale all axes at once. So we need to make sure that equal sign is on the white dot. And then we can scroll all axes at once. And now we fit our character to backdrop image. Make sure it's equal sign on the white dots. And then activate move tool and put it a little bit higher. Move it up. Yeah, we can match it. And it's almost ready. Move it a little bit up again, and now we are almost done. So set selection to selection, and move it up. Okay, and we are good to go. Now we can change our view display type to shaded. Let's see if our character is matching background images correctly. We can see it from the front side, we can see it from the right side, and we can see it from the back side. All is looking great. To activate a viewport wipe, press Ctrl and spacebar. All is looking good in perspective view. Now we need to split viewport to have 2 windows. Hold down Ctrl key and press and drag the little dot in the right top corner of the viewport. And while you're over this perspective view window, press O to bring viewport properties palette. In active meshes subtab, turn off make inactive same as active. Go to Visibility subtab and turn off Show Backdrop. Now your perspective view is clear and you will see only the mesh. This will help you select vertices on the model. And now, let's, on the first window, change View to Front, center the view until mesh will fill viewport. Press O to bring Viewport Properties palette once more. On the Drawing and Control subtab, locate Background Imagery and press Overlay. Okay, as you can see, in this mode, Sketch is overlaying over the mesh just like in Photoshop. This will help you to match your mesh with Sketch underneath it. You can easily match position of all our characters' features. You can match position of the head, of the hands, of the waist, and mouth. Before you get to modeling, one thing you need to do first, make sure that symmetry is turned off. Select all connected polygons by double-clicking on them. Go to Tools, Center Selected, and center on X. Now go to Symmetry and turn Symmetry on X. Press anywhere on the 3D viewport to drop selection. And now with the last two selections, select the hand, then use Shift up arrow to expand selection up to the elbow. Shift up arrow, Shift up arrow, Shift up arrow. Then go to Action Center and select Selection Border. And press W to activate Move tool and move along the X axis to match backdrop image. And you can move it just there. Okay, spacebar to drop the tool. We want to give our characters hands with a little bit longer than regular human, so now select elbow loop of polygons, make sure that you have everything selected, right there, and move tool, and move to match backdrop item. Now go to Edges mode, double click to select loops, activate Move tool, go to Center, Action Center Automatic, and move this muscle to the position. As you can see, model is looking good so far. Now let's do the belly part. Double click on this edge and turn off the symmetry. Then press R to scale it. And drop the tool. Now double click and scale it again. Now double click and scale it again. And do it one more time. Double click and activate scale. Okay. As you can see, it is starting to match our sketch. Turn on Symmetry on X and select head of character. In polygon mode it will be better. Select only the head and activate Move tool and move it way up here. As you can see, he's got longer neck. Go to Edges, double click to select edge loop around neck and move it up to match position on the drawing. Turn off Symmetry, go to and scale it, go to Vertex mode, select vertices, and now we need to select these vertices on the back. And now with the vertices selected, I will move them with the slide tool. I have mapped it to a hotkey. Slide tool is sliding verts along the surface of the model. I will show you in a minute where to find this tool. Select just one more time. And now we need to add edges here. So select 1, 2 polygon. Press L to select loop, and then press Alt C to activate loop slice. And now we are good. Okay, and we have to match the vertex position. Turn on symmetry on X, go to vertex mode, select vertices that you want to move. Okay, and go to model tools, edge, and activate slide, and press on the canvas, and you can move it up. Okay, and you can move it up, just like that. Now we need to move these vertices with a slide tool. Activate slide tool, and it will be very hard to move it up, and we need to change this mode from radial to linear. Now activate this, click on the viewport, and drag up. See how vertex is sliding along one edge. Let's do it on the back. Select vertices, activate slide, press on the viewport, and then drag with a blue handle up, and vertex will travel along edge toward this direction. So we've got ready head and legs, and we will make arms now. So let's move it so we can see it. And now we need to move some edges from the forearm, and now we need to match our reference. So activate move tool, move edges like so. Now select, we need to add some edges here, so select two polygons, press L to activate loop, and now press Alt C to activate loop slice, and add one edge, and we can change mode 3 and go right about drop the tool. As you can see, double click on edge and we can activate scale tool, but we need to scale it in local areas, so change select action center to local, and as you can see we can scale only in one plane. Yes, we need to move it bigger, activate move tool, and move it just about that. And I think we need to add one more edge there. So again, select two polygons, press L to select a loop, and again Alt C to activate loop slice, and move this new edge there, just to match your reference image. Go to edges, double click, and now scale, and give this forearm some volume, and we can now make the elbow. As you can see, we change with a tab key our subdivision mode, and we can see how our character is matching the background image. It's so good so far, but the arm is not straight, it's a little bit distorted, and we need to fix this. First, we want to take a look at our bicep. So we need to make this part look good. So go to the regular polygon mode, so press tab, and now turn to our view so you can see more clearly where the bicep is going to go. Go to the polygon mode, and select all elbow polygons, and front, this one too, and these three. Okay, activate move tool, and move it just to match reference image. Okay. Now go to edges and scale a little bit down. And now we need to work on biceps. So select this edge of loops and we need to make this one bigger and move it just down. This will be upper, and now we need to make this bigger one, but I think we need to move it this one in the place first, so activate scale, and now we can move it here. Okay, so we need to add another edge loop. And we need to move them both in this direction. So add another edge loop here. So select two polygons, press L to select the ring, Alt-C to activate the loop slice, and again, we will place it just over there. Okay, it's shaping nicely, and we will be ready to sculpt in a moment with this part of arm. Go to right view, and as you can see, we need to match position of forearm based on our backdrop image. So select forearm with the lasso selection, and now go to fall off, soft selection, and action center to selection border. Okay, and now activate rotate tool. And rotate on one axis just to match our reference. Okay, and it's almost done, but it's still skewed, so we need to straighten a bit. So select this row of edges, activate move tool, and we need to move it, action center to selection, and we need to move it just to front, and double click on these edges and move to front. Double click on these edges and move to front. As you can see, soft selection is always present. Now, this way we get nice transition between points. And as you can see, we need to move our character furthermore, so we need to move tights, calves, and rest of the body to match our reference image. As you can see, we will do the foot later on, and we need to move our head of our character to the front, and we need to add some volumes to chest. So, to do that, we can use model sculpting tools, but we can use it to sculpt entire mesh, not multi-resolution sculpting, but entire mesh. This will give us opportunity to just simply for very organic moving of the mesh. So press tab to go to subdivision mode, and you can change your viewport to paint tab by activating Control tab and select paint. And now we got some room to paint. Go to the right view, scale and move our character to the center of the view. And now activate move brush. Make sure you are in the sculpt mode mesh. This way you will be sculpting only mesh, not multi-resolution but mesh. Split viewport, as we did before. Change view to perspective. And you can see we need to turn off independent scale rotate and all the things. So now turn off show backdrop, and we can see our mesh. Turn off fall off, And now you are ready to sculpt. So press right mouse button and drag up and down over the canvas to adjust brush size, as you can see. And now you can just press and move our mesh up. To be able to see better in this left viewport, change its type to wireframe, and you can sculpt on the right one, and we can sculpt it on the left one. As you can see, when we adjust brush size, the brush will stick to our mesh and we can move it just to match our reference image. Okay, now you can gently move mesh to position. Let's do it on the belly. Okay. And for the legs we will do a different way, but we can now move our neck. Okay, just a little bit. And again. Go to the polygon mode and change your selection type to vertices. Select all vertex of the head and go to Screen Action Center. And as you can see, we can move whole head at once. Yep, that is into place. So now select this row of vertices and just move them. And the lower one, and just move them. Okay. And now the neck is looking good. Now it is straightened and ready for sculpting. Okay. Now we need to make this face follow contour of our backdrop image. So we need to move it forward. As you can see, we got enough geometry, and we will take this part of the face, front, activate Move tool, and move it to the front, just to match our reference image. I go back to the polygon mode with the tab key. It is better to move points in this mesh state, so activate Move tool again, and select vertices in front of the face and move them backwards. And just as few vertices in the front, move that over there. And the eye area, and move them just about there. Okay. And it's starting to shape in this alien form. So now for the one vertex, select this and move it. And this vertex going up. There's two vertices going backwards, and these vertices going backwards. These two also going backwards. As you can see, matching a reference image is a tedious job, so I will speed up the video. Just select points and move them with Move tool until they will be in good position. And now, after that, I'm switching to Model tab and go to the wireframe mode. And now I'm going to match points with background image. After moving points to right directions, I just use Tab key to go to subdivision mode and see if our mesh fits in a backdrop image. And I activate fall off, and now I move points in a soft manner, so that way the mesh is still very organic and gentle. And now we're ready to make legs. So select polygons of the lower part, shift up arrow to select more, make sure the soft selection is on, activate rotate tool, go to action center, set the selection border, and now rotate leg to the right position. Okay, shift down arrow to contract selection, and when you are on the knee area, you have to manually select polygons just like that, deselect them. Okay, it's hard to. Okay, maybe I will do it in 3D viewport. Okay, it is easier now. So select this whole loop and activate the rotate tool. Okay, rotate this lower part of the leg and move it in the right position to match our backdrop image. And now we need to do the same for the foot. So select it, and to be able to select this in wireframe, so use right mouse button. Okay, select this, activate move tool, and change action center to screen, Alt F on the keyboard, move it to the right position. And now we need to rotate this. So again, select lower part. Okay. Activate transform tool. Press T on keyboard. And with the transform tool, you can reposition center of action and to the ankle. So now we need to go to automatic and move this action center just about there, and then you can rotate it just like you would stand on your toes. Okay, now it is good. We need to move fingers to match this deer leg from the background image. You are going to mutate this human character to have their foot. Use existing topology to help you with this task. And now let's see how we can go about it. So, now go to polygon mode, select two polygons and press L, activate loop slice to add one edge. Now select two polygons on the toes and a few more polygons like so, and two more, and this too. Okay, activate move tool and move it down. All about there. Alright. Activate rotate tool, press E to put toes in place. Now just move it up. Okay, alright. Now change subdivision mode. As you can see, we need to clean up geometry. The bottom of the leg have to start with edge flow. Activate Edge Slice tool and draw from one vertex of angle to another. Alright, slice middle polygon once more. Okay, then select edges around and delete them. Now the angle is clear. Now we will clean the other side, but this time I will use different approach. Select polygons in the middle and delete it. Then select two vertices and press Join Vertex. I have mapped this command to Pie menu, but you can go to Geometry Vertex Join. This is the same command. And now select edge that is pulling down vertex so ugly and delete it. Okay, now two more. And we need to move this geometry in place. Now, select edges by double clicking, activate Move tool, and activate Rotate tool, and merge our backdrop image. So again, Rotate tool, and Move tool. Okay. My action center is set to selection, that is why my tool handle snaps to the selected elements. So double click and scale it up. Alright. And move it just slightly. And now double click and we'll match position of these edges. Activate Move tool and move it. Now take a look at the topology of this leg. We need to fix it. It needs to have 8 polygons on diameter, but first we need to transform human foot into their hooves. Select one polygon in the middle finger, press Shift up arrow twice, and delete them. Double click on edges and press P to create polygon. Select extra edges that left behind, and these two, and delete them. Now select 2 polygons in front of 2 fingers, and press Shift up arrow twice, and delete this polygon, and again, and delete polygons. And now we need to clean up this. So, select edges, and delete them, and select those polygons and delete them too, and edges below, delete them, and now select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and press P to create polygon, and again select by double click, select all edges and press P to create polygon. Now press Ctrl 1 to show vertices, and select those orphan vertices that left behind here and there, and delete them. And now activate Loop Slice. Now activate Loop Slice and create another edge. Loop Slice again and create another edge. Okay, that will be start of our fingers. Now select this middle polygon, go to Action Center, choose Selection, and now scale it, and it's on work plane, and shrink it down. Okay. Inspect the leg. Select those 2 vertices that left behind and delete them. Okay, that seems alright for now. As you can see, while modeling, symmetry was lost. It happens sometimes, and don't worry, you can fix that. Now, go back to regular mode, turn off symmetry, select part of the leg that we need to delete, but do it in polygon mode. Just simply delete, and select part that we want to copy to the other side. So, run mesh cleanup first, and do not have any problems with mesh, and select polygons. Alright, and now in this front view, go to the duplicate and activate mirror, press on the screen, and now zero out point of mirroring, and we are almost done. Okay, and we need to have all options set like on my screen. So now press spacebar to drop the tool and go to vertex merge. We can set it to automatic and press OK, and Modo said that 4 vertices were merged. And as we can see, there are some errors on the mesh, so we need to clean up manually. Now, run mesh cleanup. Okay. Yes, change with tab key subdivision mode. And as you can see, we need to weld vertices by hand. So, with the lasso selection, select 2 vertices. Go to join average, and we can see that Modo is welding our vertices. And do it one more time. Okay. And okay. And that's it. We've got our mesh fixed. And now we can turn off symmetry on X. Go to geometry. And we can go to symmetry tool. Yes. Press on the screen. And as you can see, we can move the slider until all yellow points are gone. And this way we know that our mesh now is perfectly symmetrical on the X-axis. Now we need to change the topology of the foot. Press C and add one edge just over there with the edge slice tool. Okay, we got one edge. Then activate this edge slice again and draw edge from one vertex to another. Okay, so we need to cut from here to there. Okay, now select those 2 edges in edge mode, select 1, 2 and delete. Okay, we've got now clear geometry. Change mode to subdivision and see how 2 triangles are deforming the foot underneath. We will change this later on because subdivision is stretching low part too much and we need to add some edge loops to keep geometry in place. We will fix this in a few minutes, but first let's deal with placing of the legs. So select low part of the foot in polygon mode. Select those polygons, shift up arrow to expand selection, and keep pressing until you get to knees. Yes. Now change action center to selection border and press E to activate rotate tool. And now we can rotate legs to the right position to match the reference image. Okay. Now to contract selection, press shift and down arrow until you get to ankles. Alright. And again, activate rotate tool. And rotate just slightly. Okay. Now change the view to the right view. And we can select only the lowest part of the leg. So deselect all. Select only this polygon and those 2 also, Yeah, and those ones too. Activate Move tool. Go to Action Center. Set to screen. And we can move. Oops, we left one vertex behind. So we need to select all polygons. Wrong. Okay, so now those two polygons select also, and now activate Move tool. As you can see, we can place the foot in the right position. Alright, now we need to change edge flow in this part of the leg. So to that we need to add extra edges. And now we need to add edges in this part to be able to sculpt hoofs on the back of the leg. So now press C to activate edge slice, go to the front view, and draw edge to the point just over there, and select edge and delete it. And we can do it one more time. So select edge and delete. Alright, as you can see with the tab key in subdivision mode, we got a very nice edge flow now, and we need to change it time. So press C and once more. Add point and another here. Select edge and delete it. Now change mesh display type to subdivision. And this time we can slice just over there. Alright. Snapped, select edge and delete. And we need to do it one more time. So add edge and okay, and delete edge. As you can see, now we have some stretching, but this is what we needed to do. So select edge, delete, and we can delete also this edge here. Alright, we've got nice edge flow, and we need to straighten this part. Alright, so go to the regular mesh mode, delete this edge, and we need to have only quads, so we can do it like this. We need to place these edges in the right position, and then we will stop the geometry from falling apart. So now select those edges and activate Move tool, W, and move it to the right position. Okay, and we need to move this vertex here. Okay, select, activate Move tool, W, and move it slightly on the X direction. Activate this, select this vertex and activate Move tool, and again move this vertex and this vertex there. Alright, now we've got nice and straight lines. Okay, go to polygon mode, select 2, press L to select all ring, and we got 18 polygons, and that is what we want to do. So add edge, activate loop slice, Alt C, and place it in the middle. Okay, and as you can see, we got one edge missing, and we need to add this edge. So press C to activate edge slice, C, and draw edge. We got now close loop. Run mesh cleanup command and select edges by double click. We need to move them, but we need to slide them. and go to mesh, to go to edges, and slide, press on the screen, and slide along the surface of leg. Okay, we need to slide it down. Go to the right view, and now we need to scale it, but we need to change action center selection. That actually is bad, so we need to go to automatic, and now we need to scale this edges down on y-axis. Alright, we need to flatten this edges in the right view. So now we need to add volume again, so select these edges and move it slightly backwards. Change action center to screen, and now move them in the right. And now we need to move those points to the front. So again, select vertices, activate move tool, and bring them to front. Alright, the leg is getting volume again. Now move this point here, and this vertex we need to move backwards. Alright, and this point we need to move backwards, and this point we also need to move a little bit backwards. Alright, go to subdivision mode and see how the leg is getting volume again. Okay, so now we need to work on this part of the leg. So go to edges mode, double click, and move just slightly up. Alright, and try to match our reference image on the background. And as you can see, we need to move this all edges to the front, and now we need to select edges like so. Alright, and activate rotate tool, press here, and move. Alright, again this edge, activate transform tool, press when you want the transformation point to be, and again select edges, activate transform tool, hit T, press on screen when you want the action center to be, and rotate it. Now we need to fix this and slide along surface. Alright, and it might be a little distorted for now, but we want to smooth it out. So select all those polygons, go to fall off, activate soft selection, and as you can see, we now got soft selection when you activate move tool, but we want to do it with the form tab, and we got on the G tab activate smooth command. And now when you press on the screen and we change strength, and we need to lower this down to 0 and 5, or 0 and 2. Right, and when you run this smooth, as you can see, the polygons, and press again, now polygons are much even spaced out. So this looks good, so we need to move this vertex to the middle of the edge, and this vertex also. Alright, and we've got this one leg here activated. Okay, now we need to make this part of our leg. Alright, as you can see, we will now take care of this low part of our foot. So we're going to model this way that we will have only quads left. So now go to polygon mode, and we will add extra edges just to there. And now we got quads, and we are left in big n-gon over there. So now select 2 polygons, and we need to add some edges there to dissect this big polygon to quads, but we first need to select loop to add another middle edge, and as you can see I selected too much, so select those 3, press L and select those 3, and now we've got loop, Alt C to activate loop slice, slice it in the 15%, okay, and now we need to add edge, activate edge slice, activate mesh cleanup, and again C, and now you can cut this polygon in half. Now select edges, locate slide tool, activate it, press on the screen and drag it down. As you can see, we're sliding these edges down to the hoofs that will be modeled. Now we can add, now we've got one big quad, and we are left with a bad polygon over. So select those 2 edges and slide them in to the middle, and also we can move this one edge here. So select this point, and now activate slide tool and activate slide tool and move them just to make them look like ordinary polygon. And now we need to dissect that. So press C to activate edge slice and add 1 edge. As you can see now, we got perfect. We got all quads, and now we are left with only quads, so that is good. We got a star, but it won't be visible in the final render. So now we've got evenly spaced polygons. So now we can now create base for our hoofs on the back. Alright, so go to edges, and we can move it a little bit down. As you can see on the background images, you can see the edges that we need to add, so it's nice to follow this background imaginary. So activate edge loop slice, Alt C, and add another edge just about there. Alright, and select 2 polygons, press L to select ring, activate the loop slice, and now we need to bevel this. These polygons will form the hoofs on the back. So select 4 polygons and move this edge slightly, and I want them to be evenly spaced, so that all polygons will look like squares. So select those 4 polygons, press B to bevel, and again 4 polygons, press B to bevel and bevel a little. Alright, then we need to make them more rounded. Yeah, okay. So select edges and select those edges in the middle. Activate scale tool. Change action center to local shortcut for this. That is Alt X. and activate scale tool and scale it up. Alright, go to polygon mode and activate move tool and move to the back. With those four, also activate move tool and move them to the back. Now we can move points to the back again, and those vertex too. And now select all polygons and move them. Change action center to screen and move them back. Right? Okay. Now the leg is now looking good. Okay, change move to subdivision and see if it fits in our backdrop image. Okay. Back again to face mode. And now we can add some edges down. So select all these and move them to front. Okay, now and rotate a little bit and move to front again. Alright. And rotate and move just over there. Right? Change view to front and now rotate the lower part of the foot. Alright. Let's now move this back area. So select them and this ring of polygons, and now activate move tool and move to the place. Alright. And we need in edge mode select this edge and move it and scale it just a little more. Alright, now go to back view and now we can extrude those polygons once more. So activate them. Alright, now we need to straighten these lines, and now we need to slide this edge. So select edge, activate slide, and again we need to slide this edge. So those two, activate slide tool, and slide those edges again. And now this, select this edge, change move to subdivision. As you can see, now it's looking far more great. Move it to the front, select edges and move it to the front, select those vertices, those edges, and move them to the center, and those two move also. Alright, and these two slide just a little, and we got evenly spaced edges, and now we can make this part. Looks good. So select those two vertices and activate scale tool, and those two, and also scale tool, and this vertex and move it. Yeah, okay. And now this vertex and slide it to the front, and this vertex and move it to the back, and in the middle a little bit to the front. Alright. As we can see in subd, now it is looking good. The polygons are flowing smoothly. So go to the right view. And now select this edges. We need to straighten this line. So move it to the front. Alright. And let's move it to the from there. Okay, now these. Okay, this edge will need to go, and we need to add hoofs. So move it to the back. Alright, and select those edges there, and move them up, and a little bit to the back. Alright, deselect these two, and move it up. Alright, and now in polygon mode, and we need to move this vertex to the back. Select 3, 4, and activate move tool, and move them back. Alright, and this also should be on the back, and this also should be on the back. Alright, and those we need to go forward to this, and just a bit more on X, and this should go forward. Alright, and these go to the back. Yeah. As you can see, I'm making polygons like a squares where every edge is even. This will give our leg very nice distribution of polygons. And this vertex also should go a little bit in the front. Now select those polygons, press L to select the loop, activate loop slice, and add 2 edges. Now go to subdivision. As you can see, now the leg is in the place. It's holding to the background images very, very nicely. So now we will extrude some polygons to give fingers. Select 2 polygons, press L, activate loop slice, Alt C, and now select those 4 polygons. I need to change edges and move them to the middle. Alright, go back to polygon mode, and now we can use bevel. Press B and bevel a little to the front, and move them, just about there. And again, press Shift X to activate extrude tool. Now extrude and move them just about there. Alright. And now we need to add some edges to give them nice and round shape. To do that, we need to see it from the bottom. And press B to bevel them down. Deselect them. And now go to edges. Select those 2 edges in front. Activate move tool and move them to the front. And now go to front view. And we need to move edges to form the hoofs. Now press tab to go to subdivision, see how the polygon flow. It is quite nice already, but we need to change shape on the front. So select edges, and we can do it like that. So select edges, alright, and move them way back front. Alright, and now select those edges so, and move them back, and those in the middle, and move them like that, and those two, move them back, and you can select those two vertices, and bring them back, and those two vertices, and move them back, and those two vertices, and move them to the back. Alright. And we can select, we can see how it looks in subdivision. We need to add loops to make this shape stick, so select two polygons, press L, and Alt-C to activate loop slice. Two polygons, L, loop slice, again, and press tab. As you can see, now it is looking like hooves. Alright, go back to polygon mode, and change view to right. It's a little bit too far, so select those vertices and move them down. And select two vertices and move them front. Alright. And select this vertex. And we can move it front. Alright, so this vertex should go front, and this vertex also should go front. Now, select two polygons, press L, and Alt-C, and we can add another edge here. Alright. It was bad because it should be in 15 in the middle. As you can see, they were in the polygons flow in different direction, so when the symmetry is on, the edges are moving to the opposite direction, so we need to add them manually on each side. So select those and add another edge on 20%, and select these polygons and add edge on 80%. Alright, now the geometry sticks into place. Alright, it is looking good. Now we need to add this carving here. So, get back to face mode. And now, select these two polygons and those two edges and move them way up down. Yeah, or just like that. And these two, we can move it down. Alright, and those four, we can move it down. And those, we can move it down. Right. And now we can make those hooves on the back. So, in polygon mode, select polygons, press B for bevel, and bevel just a little, and make it smaller, and bevel again. Press Shift to reactivate bevel, and we need to rotate this just about there. Alright, and it is looking quite nice, so let's do another one. Select polygons, press B for bevel, and scale it down. Shift click to reactivate tool, and again bevel, and that's it. Now we need to move vertices to make it more rounded in shape, because now it looks like a polygon. It is not rounded in shape, so we need to select those vertices on the corners, and now activate Scale tool, go to Action Center Selection, and just about that. And now it is more rounded in shape. Yeah, this is square looking, and we need to fix it. So again, select vertices on the corners. Yep, and activate Scale tool, and press. Make sure it's right action center, and scale it down. Alright, and it will be enough for our purposes for now, I guess. We need to just bend this in downwards. So we need to move those. We need to bend this. So select polygons and activate smooth. 2 polygons, shift up arrow and smooth again. Yep. Now the spacing of vertices is better. Yeah. Now it's more organic in shape, and we are ready to bend this finally. Alright, so go to face mode. Again, select polygons. Let's do it this way. And press. Move it in the form. We need to move it forward. Forward, okay. Up edge loop in the middle. Alright. So we do it again. So we do it like that again. And move it back. Alright, just these polygons here. And move them. Yeah. And again, move to the back. Alright. Select 4 polygons, shift up arrow. Activate soft selection and scale them. Okay. And now contract the fall off and shift down arrow to contract selection, and expand fall off now and scale those polygons down. See how Modo is scaling with the fall off the rest of the mesh in a very, very nice organic way. So select this polygon, shift up arrow, and now activate bend tool. To do that, press Ctrl E and press on the screen. Again, select polygons, shift up arrow, Ctrl E and press on the screen and bend. Alright. And we need to move it just about that. Alright. And we need to move it those polygons farther, and we need to change soft selection fall off to 1 centimeter and move it just about there to the back. Alright. And also with another one, so select and activate move tool and move it back, rotate down and move it just about there. Alright, press tab to go to subdivision, and now our character is looking good. I believe it will be nice.